जब जब संसार का बंदी बन दरबार में तेरे आऊं मैं, हो मेरे कर्मों का निर्णय सरकार तुम्हारे हाथों में, सरकार तुम्हारे हाथों में। अब सौंप दिया इस जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में, सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में। मुझ में तुझ में है भेद ये, मैं नर हूँ तू नारायण है। मुझ में तुझ में है भेद यही, मैं नर हूँ तू नारायण है। मैं हूँ संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे हाथों में। अब सौंप दिया इस जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में, सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में, सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में। आज मिले सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। आज मिले सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद, जिसका यश नित गाते हैं गंधर्व गुनी जन धन्यवाद। आज मिले सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। मंदिरों में
बहन को दिल्ली वाले दिल वाले Bring a mic to me, please. Do your formality. Do your formality.
Mic test one. My dear mothers, fathers, brothers and sisters, once again I clasp my palms and I say namaste to all of you. As we welcome you, we here at the Vedic Cultural Center, Toronto, Arya Samaj, we welcome each and every one of you to the second and final day of this two-day workshop on Gems of the Rigveda. You may have seen by now that this workshop, it is just to give us a glimpse and a way of how we can be able to pull out the meaning of certain mantras, because Guruji cannot go through all of them, but it enables us a way of studying and grasping what we need coming out of these mantras. We have 2 hours to go today of intense last 2 hours of this workshop. But before we do, I'd like to ask if we can all stand once again as we hoist our Om Ka Janda flag. Here is the Om flag unfurling. O sleeper, awake and be active. यह ओम का झंडा आता है, यह ओम का झंडा आता है।
सोने वाला जा चलो, सोने वाला जा चलो, यह ओम का झंडा आता है, यह ओम का झंडा आता है। सोने वाला जा चलो, सोने वाला जा चलो।
लेकर उगती रवि की लाली, लेकर
उगती रवि की लाली,
ले नित्य बसंती हरियाली,
ले नित्य बसंती हरियाली।
यह ले ले लहरे आता है,
यह ले लहरे आता है।
धरती के जाके भाग चलो, सोने वालों जा चलो। यह ओम का झंडा आता है, यह ओम का झंडा आता है। सोने वालों जा चलो,
सोने वाला जा चलो।
अब प्रेम सच्चाई विद्या का,
अब प्रेम सच्चाई
यह झंडा लहराया भागा,
यह झंडा लहराया भागा।
हिंसा पखंड अवेद्या से, हिंसा पखंड अवेद्या से, कह दो अब तुम भाग चलो, सोने वालों जाग चलो।
ओम का झंडा आता है,
यह ओम का झंडा आता है, सोने वालों जाग चलो, सोने वालों जाग चलो, सोने वालों जाग चलो। आर्य वीरों, आर्य वीरों, संसार की श्रेष्ठ पुरुष हो,
एक हो जाओ,
वैदिक धर्म की,
जय हो,
वैदिक धर्म की,
जय हो,
वैदिक धर्म की।
जय हो। Can we all clap for palms? Thank you, standing. Let's clap for palms, please.
May there be the best of regard in this relationship between student and teacher. May the teacher give to us all that he can possibly give, and may we, as we acquire, may we have respect and honor, and may we take the teachings and propagate it, in turn making Vedic Satya Sanatan Dharma an important aspect of our lives and of the lives of everyone that we come into contact with. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe.
Thank you very much. We may all be seated. Once again, welcome to all of us here. We would not take up much of your time because our time is limited this morning. We'll pass you straight on to Dr. Sateshji, but we would like to welcome all of our brothers and sisters online on YouTube as they're following with us here. Those of you who are trying to log into aryasamajtoday.com and you cannot get through, you can also email me at jaglal@rogers.com. That's JAGLALL@rogers.com. We're going to send you back an instant message on how you can be able to log in on YouTube. Brothers and sisters, I now hand over to Guruji, missionary of the Arya Samaj, Dr. Sateshji.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Indram Vardhanto Apturaha Krinuvanto Vishwamaryam Apaghananto Aravanaha. Brothers and sisters, namaste.
Namaste.
I'm very happy despite the fact it is still early morning here in Canada. You know, Canadians are very much like a certain ethnic group. They sleep late on Sunday mornings. Well, we New Yorkers get up early. And then snow kills your voice. And when we see snow, we jump for joy. That's the big, and things are cheaper in New York and much more expensive in Canada. So, big difference. I'm just joking. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste ji.
Now, today we continue with our Veda, and today I'm turning our focus a little bit away from what we did yesterday. You know, there's so many mantras. I'm picking some of the ones, or some mantras that you will find more appealing. Of course, they're all appealing, but in terms of topics and themes, I'm picking some that will really appeal to you. One thing you and I have to sit here because of this camera. Normally, my style is to stand up and move around and you know, tick your ears and keep you engaged, but I can't do that now with the new technology. Now, many times you and I don't know who we are. Would all of you kindly, if you can lend me a voice and say, who am I?
Who am I?
Let me hear your voice and say, who am I?
Who am I?
And who am I? What is the real me? Say that. What is the real me in this body? Am I my hand? So if you slap my hand, did you slap me? You empty a cup of dal on my new piece of clothing. Did you in any way violate me, the real me? When the body lies prostrate, am I dead? And you know, you can read. You know, you and I have read about the soul, and by the way, your PA sounds much better today. You and I have read a lot about the soul. But deep, deep, deep down, we still haven't understood. And you know, there's a book I did, but when we were to have done the seminar here, when Amar Umaras was the president, something happened, and the seminar couldn't have been held here. And it's the book, and I saw Mala did it at her place, Mala and Shruti. It's called the Understanding the Soul, Atma Bodh, Jivatma Bodh, Understanding the Soul. And some of you should send for that book. It's available. And we'll be putting all these books on internet so you can download it. But it talks about the soul, and that book seeks to answer 4 questions. And I want you to repeat the questions. Kindly say after me, who am I?
Who am I?
Where have I come from?
Where have I come from?
What am I supposed to be doing here?
What am I supposed to be doing?
When I leave, where do I go?
Where do I go?
And with whom do I stay?
And with whom do I stay?
If you and I can find answers to those questions, you know, if we can really, really, not just linguistically, not just verbally, not only in terms of words, but in terms of here and here, our thoughts and our emotions, if we can find answers to those questions, many of our emotional challenges will be automatically overcome. And so this mantra seeks to throw some light. Again, talking about darshana and philosophy, this mantra seeks to throw some light. And this is what it says. Nidurone. I'll make you chant it in a moment. You see what I did? He brought me down. If you can learn to relate to that musical instrument, it's a beautiful thing. I was one scale higher. He brought me down. Nidurone. Ni means for a long time. And durone means in my body. Look, it's right there. Nidurone. 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 For a long time. Not for a day or 2 days or a year or 2 years, but for a long time. And the average long time is 100 years. For a long time. Amrito, the immortal. Raja, look at the next red. Raja. And you know what Raja means? What Raja means? King. The immortal king. King? Whom is he ruling over? Watch this word. Martyanam. Ruling over the perishable body limbs. Look at me. My hand goes like this. It perishes. When you go like this, you perish. Your hand is perishing. Sometimes they go like this. When a certain disease, what is it called? Parkinson's disease. When it hits you, look at me. You're dying here. These things are perishable. This goes bad. Diabetes, begins to bleed, glaucoma, this goes bad. Stroke, this goes bad. Palsy, there's a special palsy, and your mouth twists. What is it called? Bell palsy. When Bell palsy attacks you, I saw my secretary, she went like this. She can't drink juice, runs out of her mouth. Look at me. These things are perishable. Your knee perishes. You got to do knee replacement. Your hip perishes. You have to do hip replacement. Your heart, and you know what happens with that. Your liver, dialysis. Kidney and liver, dialysis. These body limbs perish given time. So there is a king. Can you touch your heart for me, everybody? That sits right here. Your soul is right here. They say heart. And just on the side, in India, now people are examining the concept when they say heart, do they really mean the brain? Well, we're not going to go into that controversy. Let's hold on to this. This is where the soul, and God is right here too. And as I said yesterday, Swami Satyapatiji, who taught me the Yoga Darshan, asked me, we used to speak in Sanskrit. Hey, you Satish, Bho Satisha, hey, you Satish. Ji Swamiji Mahod, Om Shriman, yes, sir. He said, what did you say to God last night? So I thought he was making a joke. I said, what do you mean, Swamiji? Me talking to God? I wish that could happen. He said, Are Murak. But that's the way Swamiji spoke to us. Are Murak. Many nights you speak to him when there is no dream to stand between you and him. And every night he asks you, Satish, this whole day has passed. You're sleeping now, but the day that went by, that day passed and you didn't call my name, God's name. Every day God asks you that. And every night before you wake up, you promise him you're going to call his name. And as soon as you wake up in the morning, it's the same thing you run for. Coffee, Facebook, email, and all of that. Watch me. And this king that sits on a throne here, ruling over the perishable body limbs, oh my God, this king is being ignored. Can you imagine when the president if Stephen Harper, his cabinet of ministers, were to ignore the prime minister? Well, what if you say, Mr. Harper, we're not going to listen to you. We will not say anything to you. We will not say anything to you. Can you imagine the prime minister is being ignored? Well, same thing here. When your mouth doesn't say Om, you see, the body eats dal and rice, but the soul doesn't eat dal and rice. The soul eats, in quotes, eats Om. The soul is begging for food. Can you sing a bhajan, please? Whether in Arabic, whether in English, whether in Hindi, whether in Sanskrit, whether in Spanish, it doesn't really matter the language. Can you sing something spiritual so that I, the soul, can find food? Dev Nidurone. Say that.
Nidurone
Amrito Martyanam
Amrito Martyana
Raja Sasada.
Raja Sasada.
Sasada means sit down. Out of Sasada you get asan. Seat. Raja Sasada. Say that.
Raja Sasada.
And in sitting down here on his throne, Vidatani Sadhan.
Vidathani Sadhan.
Sadhan means he's performing, and Vidatani means actions. Watch. He's seeing. The eyeballs don't see. This doesn't see. This is just like the eye. This doesn't see. This makes me see. This doesn't see. This makes me see. Me who? The soul. There's a certain school of philosophy that says the soul does nothing, it is only a witness. Wrong. And I don't like telling people they're wrong, but that's a very wrong philosophy. That's like you telling me the cutlass, the knife cuts. I cut with the knife. I see with the eye. I hear with the ears. I eat through the mouth. So if any blame is to be apportioned, Don't blame the mouth. Don't blame the... Bhai Amarji, namaste ji. Namaste ji. The soul is... There's a witness. God is a witness. He doesn't do anything. You and I do. Here it is. Clear. Vidatani sadhan. Say that.
Vidathani sadhan.
Performing actions. Performing. So let's go again. Ni means nirantar, for a long time. Not for one day, not for 10 days, but sometimes if your karmic blueprint is such, or things happen, yes, out of an extraordinary situation, you can force the soul out of the body by killing the body. That's a different situation. That's an extraordinary. But left on its own, the soul lives on his body, in his body palace, sitting on his heart throne, body palace, king soul. Soul king. The soul king sits on his heart throne in his body palace, ruling over the perishable body limbs, but using them to perform actions. Touch your eyes, everybody. If you can use one hand or two hands, touch your eyes. Say, my soul sees. Say that.
My soul sees.
Let me get that nice chocolate voice. My soul sees.
My soul sees.
My soul hears.
My soul hears.
My soul breathes.
My soul breathes.
My soul smells.
My soul smells.
My soul tastes.
My soul tastes.
My soul touches.
My soul touches.
My soul thinks.
My soul thinks.
My soul concludes.
My soul concludes.
Now watch this. When I was in Gurukul, watch this now. This is now where this mantra has a direct bearing on you. You tell me, Amnanda, when the Deepak or Diya, the flame goes down, the wick is there, but the flame goes down. What do you do, Betty? You pour ghee. And the minute you pour ghee, what happens to the flame? It goes up. Same thing with your soul. There it is. Fed with fuel, a flame shines brightly. When you feed the soul with the fuel of positive actions, when you feed the flame-like soul with positive actions, watch me. The flame-like soul comes to life. You bring a member of the Arya Samaj into social activity. Let's say you feed 100 hungry people. You call them to the Vedic Cultural Center here in Markham, and you feed 1,000 people. You might be tired physically, but you're smiling all the time. Your soul, your flame-like soul, is shining brightly when there is positive activity. Positive activity. Fed with fuel. The flame-like soul, fed with the fuel of positive actions, the flame-like soul shines brightly. That line is a tongue twister. I'm not going to ask you to repeat it, but I will repeat it. Grita pratika urviya vyadyaud. Vyadyaud shines. Urviya expansively, extendedly, in a vast way, in a broad way, in a brilliant way. Grita pratika, fed with grita, fed with ghee, fed with fuel. A flame shines brightly, fed with the fuel of positive actions. A soul smiles on the inside, and that smile on the inside comes out on the outside. And not only that, the soul, being a flame, can read and understand all poetry. And the poetry we're talking about here is Vedas. Agnir, this one you can chant. Agnir Vishwani Kavyani Vidwan. Agni jo hai na, Atma jo hai, wo vidwan hota hai. Kin cheezon ka? Sabhi kavyon ka. The soul knows all the poetry and the Veda is poetry. And in the Veda itself there is a beautiful statement. Devasya pasya kavyam na mamara najiryati. Behold the poetry of God. They're talking about Veda. Here it is. Behold the poetry of God. God is the wisest among all poets. This is his poetry. Na mamara. It never dies, meaning never becomes dysfunctional. And najiryati, never becomes old. It never becomes anachronistic. It never suffers from inapplicability. It is applicable to our needs in all times and climes. In fact, I want you to make this, I want you to say that statement. Let me write it down. Devasya Pashya Kavyam, Devasya Pashya Kavyam, Na Mamara, Na Jiryati. Devasya Pashya Kavyam, Devasya Pashya Kavyam, Na Mamara. It never dies. Na Jiryati. It never gets old. Would all of you please clasp your palms and look at the screen? And would you say Devasya?
Devasya.
Let me hear that lovely voice. Devasya.
Devasya.
Devasya Pashya Kavyam.
Devasya Pashya Kavyam.
Na Mamara.
Namamara.
Na Jiryati.
Najiryati.
It never dies.
It never dies.
It never dies.
It never dies.
It never gets old.
It never gets old.
Oh, and so it says, Agnir Vishwani Kavyani Vidwan, Agnir Vishwani, Agnir Vishwani Kavyani Vidwan, Nidurone Dev Nidurone, Dev Nidurone,
Niddurone.
Amrito Martyanam,
Amrito Martyana.
Raja Sasada,
Raja Sasada.
Vidathani Sadhan.
Vidathani Sadhan.
You pronounced your aspirated letters very nicely. You have truly evolved, Dave. I would love to be invited to come upstairs and hear you and Joey sit down and read a yajna together. You'll do well on that harmonium. Raja Sasada,
Raja Sasada.
Vidathani Sadhan.
Vidathani Sadhan.
Here's the tongue twister. Ghrita Pratika,
Ghrita Pratika.
Urviya Vyadyod.
Urviya Vyadyod.
You did well. Agnir Vishwani,
Agnir Vishwani.
Kavyani Vidwan,
Kavyani Vidwan.
Agnir Vishwani,
Agnir Vishwani.
Vishwani Kavyani,
Vishwani Kavyani.
Agnir Vishwani Kavyani Vidwan,
Agnir Vishwani Kavyani
Vidwan. Tell me what
Vidwan.
page is this? 96. Those of you who have the book, look at your book. Those of you who don't have the book, look at the screen. Begin, all of you, with no snow in your throat, only nice, what's the name of the chocolate you buy for me? The latte. With a nice latte. No, there's another name. French vanilla. With a nice French vanilla taste in your mouth. Read for me The Imperishable Soul.
The imperishable soul, ruling as king over perishable body limbs, is seated in the body palace, performing action.
Uh-huh.
Fire, when fed with butter, shines.
Isn't that so? Yes, no?
Yes.
When fed with coconut oil, you may
Yes.
not have ghee in Guyana. You may have coconut oil. Begin again. Fire when fed.
Fire, when fed with butter, shines.
Uh-huh.
In the same way,
the
the soul, when involved in activity, shines extensively.
Uh-huh. He, refulgent, knows all divinely inspired writings. You look at that soul that does this all the time. Watch me. Inundated in tamobhav. Doesn't shine. Doesn't shine. No sparkle in the eyes. Body language unappealing. Voice with no conviction. No motivation on the inside. But you look at a soul that feeds hungry people. You look at a soul that sweeps the mandir here. The back would never feel tired. And as he sweeps, he smiles. She smiles. You look at the people who work as volunteers in that kitchen over there. They make dal and bhat and sabji, and they turn and turn. Their fingers may be hurting. How are you doing, Mataji? Oh, beta, I'm happy. because they're involved in selfless activity, nishkam karma, to serve humanity at large, and that is the food, the butter, the oil that would feed the flame that the soul is all about. Da 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 da. Dave, I challenge you to chant this mantra. Joey, help him. Niddarone. Let me hear you. You may not be perfect, but you're making an effort.
Niddarone amritom matryana
Martyanam.
Martyanam Raja Sasada Vidathani Sadhan.
Excellent.
Grita Pratik
G-H.
Grita Pratika Urviya Vyadyad.
Excellent.
Agnir Vishwani Kavyani Vidwan.
Beautiful. Agnirvid. Vishwani. Kavyani vid. And try this one. Devasya Pasya Kavyam. Say that?
Devasya Pasya Kavyam.
Continue.
Namamar Namamara
Aha.
Najidyati.
One more time.
Devasya Pasya Kavyam.
Aha.
Namamara Najiryati.
Beautiful. Namamara Najiryati. Watch this now. Speaking sweetly and enduring harsh criticisms. In fact, this mantra is such. Let's read the translation first before I go to what the mantra itself. 331. What page is that, Betty?
112.
112. You know where to look at to read. Begin, O God.
O God, there are some tender-hearted people who become your friends, and they desire to commune with you.
Hold it. Let me explain it from here. Some people are very tender-hearted. They have compassion and mercy in their soul. They see you fall down, they run, and they partake in your pain. They also partake in your joy. Very tender-hearted. And the way they speak projects that tenderness in their heart. But still, and in so doing, in speaking sweetly, they use their speech to commune with you, oh God. They're looking for you. Where are you, God? And in looking for you, they try to look for you in every human heart. And they try to commune with that person as if that person brings God to their lives. They don't bark at their fellow human beings. You know, I'll tell you, let me move off on a tangent here. Ved says there are many animals living in your heart, one of which is a dog. Many animals living here, one of which is a dog. So every time you bark, I see a joke. I say, let me use an HEL. I know I'm on YouTube, but let me use it. I need it right now to illustrate my... What the hell is the matter with you, Dave? Joy, you're so stupid. That's the dog in me talking. Dave, Joy. That's one way to do it. Let me show you my way. Perhaps you may like my way. That is God in me speaking. You are so incompetent and... I'm just taking liberties in you, Joy. You are so incompetent and stupid, Joy. That's the dog in me barking. We all have a dog in us. And sometimes, when one dog sees another dog, you're trouble there. I was in Canal the other day, and this house has a dog, and this house has a dog, and there's a fence separating the two houses. And at certain times of the day, they have to let the dogs loose to go do what they have to do outside. And you should see the runnings they have to jump on each other. Every day, that's it. And this mantra came to my mind. When a dog sees a dog, it can only do one thing, bark and jump to bite. And you and I need to ask ourselves in Samaj, do we do that? In houses of worship and knowledge? If we do that, then the mantra is correct. The dog has awakened in our heart. We need to tame that dog and let the voice of God overcome the voice of the dog in us. So here is this. Oh God, read again, oh God, there are some tender-hearted people who become your friends. Your friends, God's friends. There are some tender-hearted people who become God friends. And they desire, while they use their tenderness in voice, they desire to commune with you. They desire to meet with you. They practice intense devotions. And they speak words of love to people around them. But unfortunately, in exchange, they are made to endure harsh criticisms from society. They derive strength, but these devotees, they derive strength from the marvelous intelligence that comes to them from you, O God. I love this mantra. I want you to read it again. Let me hear the voices of all of you. O God.
O God, there are some tender-hearted people who become your friends, and they desire to commune with you. They practice intense devotions, and they speak words of love to people around them. In exchange, they are made to endure harsh criticism from society. They derive strength from the marvelous intelligence that comes to them from you.
How do they respond to the harsh criticisms? There's a certain strength in their persona, in their character, that would make them smile in the face of any negative criticism coming there. Satish, you stole the money. Bhaji, I'm not sure I stole the money, but if I did, let's come pray with me. Let God give me the understanding that stealing is not a good thing, that I shouldn't steal from today. You tell anybody that, you disarm them. Vic, if I tell you, Vic, you stole the money, you can come and give me one punch in my face. That's one response. But if you can say, Bhai Satishji, Dr. Satishji, Guruji Maharaj, you know what? Can you pray for me? Let God give me the intelligence that if I did steal, I'm not sure I did, but if I did steal, may God give me the intelligence not to steal anymore. That person would not say a word beyond that. All male. Can I take a little liberty on you? You're nothing but a low class. Well, Bhai Satish, Guruji Maharaj, I may be low class, but can you teach me so that one day I can be a little high class like you? Done. Done. You disarm your critic. But you begin to use profanity. The flame gets bigger. Okay, maybe low class. My mom and dad were very poor people. My daddy cut cane in the Vietnam. Yes, we are low class. We don't wear fancy clothes and we don't eat fancy foods. Yes, we are low class. Can you help us to rise to a higher class of existence? Done. Finished. That's where you get it from. Read it one more time. Oh God, loud and clear. Oh God, there are some tender-hearted people who will become your friends, and they desire to commune with you. They practice intense devotions, and they speak words of love to people around them. In exchange, they are made to endure harsh criticisms from society.
They derive strength from
the marvelous intelligence that comes to them. From who? You, O God. So let's go to the mantra. I love this. Icchanti tva. They desire you, O God. Icchanti means they desire. Icchanti tva dev.
Icchanti tva.
Don't separate ich and chanti. Don't say ich chanti. Icchanti. Let me hear that.
Icchanti tva.
Icchanti tva. Say that.
Icchanti tva.
Somyasaha.
Somyasaha.
Sakhayaha.
Sakhayaha.
Sunvanti somam.
Sunvanti somam.
Dadati prayansi.
Dadati prayansi.
Titikshante.
Titikshante.
They endure, they bear, they endure. Abhishastim, profanities and insults and criticisms. Jananam, from people. Who? These somyasa people, these tender-hearted people, these peaceful people, these friendly people. Oh my God, they worship you, O God. Sunvanti somam. They worship you, O God. But unfortunately, they titikshante. They bear, they endure abhishastim, criticisms, even profanities. Jananam, from the masses at large. Indra tvada kaschana hi praketaha. Tvat means from you. Oh God, they get a praketa. They get an intelligence from you that creates in them a certain moral strength and emotional strength to to stand up to any criticism out there. Ichantitwa.
Ichantitwa.
I can't hear everybody. Ichantitwa.
Ichantitwa.
Try this, Dave. Ichantitwa.
Ichantitwa.
Ichantitwa. Twa. Twa. Ichantitwa somya saha sakhayah. Dave and Joey, when you all do your prachar, I wouldn't be able to come here ever so often. But when you sit upstairs and you have your elderly parents watching you, or go into the waves of your devotion and raise your beautiful voice of intonation and chant the very verses. What I'm saying here is there are people who will do it better than me. But this is only one example. When you say Ichantitwa, then you go with your harmonium. Ichantitwa. Can you try that?
Ichantitwa.
Ichantitwa. Ichantitwa. Somya saha. Next word.
Sakhaya.
When you chant, you know, one of the commands or suggestions of Rishidayanand is that reading and chanting the Ved, not only reading and teaching, not only teaching, but chanting Ved and listening to Ved being chanted is one of the paramount duty of all Aryas, of all noble-minded men and women. I'm not talking only of Arya Samajists. They're not the only Aryas. Some of your ears may go up, what? Bhai Satish is asking to become a ruler of mankind? Yes, based on Vedas. And God, while I protect and rule mankind, can I become a rishi and a seer? What page is 343.5?
116.
116. Go to the next page and tell me what Kovit means.
A great.
Say that, a great.
A great.
G-R-E-A-T. Kovinmam gopam karase janasya. Can you make me a gopa of Jana? Can you make me a protector, a great protector of people at large? If they're suffering from emotional turbulence, can I protect them and show them means and ways of overcoming their turbulence? People don't want protection that police offers. Don't try to offer that. The police is there for that. But there are other challenges that people have. Emotional turbulence. So much, they cry on the outside. Can I protect people by helping them overcome their turbulence? Kovinmam gopam karase janasya. Kovidrajanam maghavan rijishin. Can you make me a king, a ruler of people? And help them and nudge them along the path of rectitude, in that sense, ruling their thoughts and ideas and their choices and preferences. Kovinmam gopam karase janasya. Kovindrajanam maghavan rijishin. Kovinma rishim papivansam sutasya. Somebody who has drunk deep of devotions. Papivansam sutasya. Look at the next page at the bottom for me, Nanda, and tell me what papivansam sutasya means. Does it mean a drinker of devotions?
Who has drunk?
Who has drunk the juice of devotion? Yes, papivansam sutasya. Can you make me a rishi, O God? Who is a rishi? Somebody who can see deep into ideas. He's a rishi. Somebody who can see deep in the mantras of the Vedas. He's a rishi. Somebody who can look at a knotty, a confused situation and find a way out of confusion. He's a rishi. Kovinma rishim papivansam sutasya. God, can you make me a rishi who has far vision, deep vision, jo krantadarshi ho, who has penetrating vision, somebody who has drunk deep from the juices of devotion. Kovinme vasvo amritasya shikshaha. Can you endow me with wealth that lasts forever, O God? Kovinmam Dev, Kovinmam.
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 Kuvinma.
Kuvinmaham gopam karase janasya. Make me a gopa, a protector. Janasya. Not only of East Indian people, not only of black or white people, but humanity at large. Let me help people come to a solution in terms of the crises that they face. Kuvinmam gopam karase janasya. Kuvidrajanam maghavan rijishin. Kuvin marishim papivansam sutasya. Kuvin me vasvo amritasya shikshaha. What page is it, Betty? 116? Read for me, everybody. O God, loud and clear.
O God, you are filled with power and wealth, and you desire rectitude from mankind. If I make myself meritorious by
practicing rectitude, here's the question. Will you
make me a powerful protector or even ruler of people? Will you make me a profound rishi, a seer who has drunk deep of the nectar of devotion? Will you endow me with wealth that lasts forever?
Are these valid questions that you want to ask when you sit to meditate and pray? Radhika, do you think are these arrogance-filled questions, or they are humble questions? Can you give her a mic? Give her a mic. Let Bahin Radhika didn't sound on her thoughts. Okay, go ahead. Yes, Bahin Radhika ji. You don't need to stand.
I think the simple question, inquiring.
And?
It's an inquiring question.
Inquiring question.
And I think we as human beings are always curious. We want to inquire. We think about.
Can you come so that they can see you? I don't know where people are looking. We had 135 people watching yesterday. So, YouTube is a powerful medium to reach out to the world at large. Are you seeing her, Mal? Yes. Let me hear you, Bahin Radhika. My question is, are these questions indicative of arrogance in the heart of the devotee and the worshipper?
I don't think it is indicative of.
Okay.
As human beings, we always.
Take this one. Yes, let's say we want you to go out to the world. Again, are they questions indicative of arrogance?
No, I don't think so. I believe that as human beings, we are consistently making inquiries. We are curious. We want to know. So I don't think it's arrogance. It's just seeking information.
Now, supposing you get a yes answer to all these questions, will you make me a ruler of people? What would that do psychologically? Supposing all the answers to these questions, make me a ruler, make me a rishi, make me a protector, can you endow me with wealth that lasts forever? What is the implication? What does it mean for the individual?
Well, I think for the individual, it's you are filled with power, right? I'm not particularly concentrating on wealth, but I'm concentrating on words like meritorious, rectitude. I think all of us love the word. If one is meritorious, sorry, Bhaiji.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I think people seek rectitude. They want to be on the correct path. I'm not concentrating on the word wealth, but I'm looking at meritorious. People would like to be meritorious in their behavior, in their attitude to fellow human beings.
Let me focus on wealth that lasts. Your money doesn't last. Your car doesn't last. That nice ghagra you have doesn't last. You give it 10 washing in the washing, it doesn't last. So they're not referring to that. They're referring to your sense of tolerance, which lasts. Your sense of understanding, which lasts. Your sense of compassion, which lasts. I think in talking about wealth that lasts, I think They're referring, when somebody is rich in mercy and compassion and understanding and tolerance, oh my God, he's king of the world, even though he wears tattered clothing.
Yes.
Anybody agrees?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Anybody wants to start wearing tattered clothing? I'm just joking. Thank you, Ben Radhika.
Thank you.
Anybody wants to make a comment before I move on? Because we're stopping at 11 today. And, yes.
There is a comment on the web. Namaste, just letting you know that the feed is loud and clear in southeastern Canada. Enlightening and uplifting as always. Krinvanto Vishvam Aryam. I don't. That is a comment, but I don't know where southeastern Canada is. What province is that?
Canada? Does Canada have a southeastern direction?
Somebody said Nova Scotia.
Newfoundland. Okay. By duty, is there a southeastern Canada? This direction. Give me one of the provinces. Okay. Tell me when you. Tell me when you find it.
Southeast.
Nova Scotia. Okay. Very good. May we continue? What does Ved help you to do? Dave, give me a bhajan. I need to edit this mantra a little bit. Give me a bhajan. Isn't this Chubby son?
Yes.
What's your name, young man? Sorry? Videsh. Okay. You were little like this when I last saw you. What happened?
हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता हे सुख शांति निकेतन हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता हे सुख शांति निकेतन हे ओ जगत्राता विश्व विधाता हे सुख शांति निकेतन प्रेम के सिंधु दीन के बंधु दुख दरिद्र विनाशन ओ प्रेम के सिंधु दीन के बंधु दुख दरिद्र विनाशन नित्य अखंड अनंत अनादि पूर्ण ब्रह्म सनातन हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता हे सुख शांति निकेतन जग आश्रय जगपति जगवंदन अनुपम लख निरंजन ओ जग आश्रय जगपति जगवंदन अनुपम लख निरंजन प्राणी सखा त्रिभुवन प्रतिपालक जीवन के अवलंबन हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता हे सुख शांति निकेतन हे जगत्राता विश्व विधाता हे सुख शांति निकेतन हे ओ जगत्राता विश्व विधाता हे सुख शांति निकेतन निकेतन निकेतन
That comment came from a student in Kingston, Ontario at the university, Roger Saw.
Look at this one. I find when I do line for line, the hidden meaning comes out even more. Ignorance and flawed thinking. Can you and I say that? Ignorance?
Ignorance
Can you
and
and I
flawed
say ignorance?
thinking.
Can you and I say ignorance?
Ignorance
And flawed thinking.
and flawed thinking.
They lead somewhere. They lead somewhere. They lead somewhere. And the very opposite to ignorance leads somewhere else. Flawed thinking leads this way, and thinking that's not flawed leads this way. It's not that you don't know this, you do. But when Veda or any other source of information reminds you, you become enthused to want to act differently. Look at this. Are Dev, Are Asmad.
Are Asmad.
Far from us. Hamse dur. Far from us. We don't want it anymore. Think of the other day, Mala, I'm going to say something about you. Mala cooked cabbage, and by error she put a lot of pepper into it. You run for water. You run for something sweet. Far from us, this pain on the tongue. Oh, God, I can't handle it. Far from us. Well, peppery taste is not the only thing you want to get away from. So let's find out. Are Asmad Dev.
Are Asmad.
What do you want to go far away from you? Amatim.
Amatim.
Lack of thinking. You're not thinking. You think and think logically, you'll overcome your challenges. You're in this problem because you're not thinking, mankind. Listen to me. I'm not saying Vishwani Deva, give me this and give me that. I'm talking, I don't have proper thinking. And it's mati is called thinking, and amati is called a lack of thinking. Are asmad amatim are angha. Angha means stress that breeds violence. Look at me. When you're stressed, you tell somebody, get out of my house and don't ever come back here again. And if I'm to die, I don't want you to come to my funeral. I've heard many people say that. And then 10 years later, tears in their eyes, they're ready to hug and say, I am so sorry. That day, I was too angry. Angha means a sin you commit that causes violence to you and violence to those in your immediate contact. There are two words here. Say after me, amatim. Say that.
Amatim.
Angha. Angha.
Angha.
Angha.
Angha.
There are two things you don't want next to you. You don't want lack of thought to inundate you, and you don't want angha. Violence-filled stress. Stress generating violence. You don't want to these two things come your way, because you're going to start using language for which you will express regret 10 years down the line. So you know what you're asking for? You're asking, put your hand like this, everybody. Say after me, Are Asmat.
Are Asmat.
Say after me in English, Hum se, in Hindi, Hum se dur.
Hum se dur.
Say in English, far away from us.
Far away from us.
Are Asmat.
Are Asmat.
Amatim Are Angha.
Amatim Are Angha.
One thing more we want far away from us. Are Vishwam.
Are Vishwa.
Durmatim.
Durmatim.
Yannipasi.
Yannipasi.
One is called Amati, no thinking, and one is called Durmati, flawed thinking. One is called Amati, no thinking, and one is called Durmati, thinking, but that is flawed. That too, take away from us. And you know why we asking? Why am I asking Mara for something that would take away the burning and the tongue caused by the pepper? Because she has something sweet in the fridge. I'm going to her, I'm not going to him. He doesn't know anything in the house. She knows. Why am I going to God to help me overcome my loss of thinking, my flawed thinking, and my stress? Because whatever he will say to me, he will give me a medicine. You know, long ago I remember when your hand got burnt on the stove, they would rub toothpaste in it. I don't know why. Now I hear they tell you, when you're burnt, put it under flowing hot water. I hear that too. It counteracts. I believe the toothpaste counteracts. I believe the heat in the flowing water from the faucet counteracts the pain caused by a burnt skin. Well, whatever it is, I don't know. You know better than I do. But what I'm going to tell you, God is a balm, B-A-L-M. God is a balm that counteracts lack of thought, counteracts tension that breeds violence, and counteracts all flawed thinking. And He is that balm because it is His nature to protect. Yannipasi. So I want you to, when you go in your car, if there are two words you can pronounce, Yannipasi, God, it is because it is your nature to protect, I'm coming to you. That's all I want you to say. Because it is your nature to protect, I am coming to you. Yannipasi, Dev.
Yannipasi.
Joey, Yannipasi.
Yannipasi.
All of us here, Yannipasi.
Yannipasi.
I'm not hearing all of you, Yannipasi.
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 Yannipasi. Say that.
Yannipasi.
Because it is your nature to protect. I come to you asking you for the solution of my lack of thinking, my stress, and my flawed thinking. Also, what do you have? You're gracious in moments of darkness. Dosha Shiva, Shiva gracious. Dosha darkness. Dosha Shiva. Oh, you powerful one. Come here. Sanjana. Come here. Come. Her mom is Swasti. Her mom is Swasti. Mommy, I lost my hair clip and I can't see where it is. Dark. The mom can do this. You always lose your stuff. Come on, let's go. Stupid little girl. Or she can say, all right, come let mommy look for it for you. She looks, an adult as she is, she finds the clip. You and I are subsisting in darkness, emotional darkness. And that God that you and I pray to is very gracious in moments of darkness. And the Sanskrit for that is Dosha Shivaha. Say that?
Dosha Shivaha.
Dosha.
Dosha.
This is another thing you can say in your meditations. Oh God, because I experience anger and greed and infatuation and vanity and arrogance and fear and insecurity. I know these are the symptoms of darkness on the inside. You're very Shiva and very gracious to me in my moments of darkness. Say after me, Dosha Shiva.
Dosha Shiva.
Saha 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 Suno Agni. The whole word means, oh, you son of strength. You know in Hindi they say, Gadha ke bacche, you son of a donkey. It means you're very stupid. बोलते हैं ना, भारत में बोलते हैं, अरे गधे के औलाद, बोलते हैं ना. And in Guyana they say, pardon me, I'm on YouTube, you son of a bee. Yeah, and I can't say the word, it's a very bad word. You son of a bee. When they want to say you have a certain quality in you, they call you son of. So here, oh you son of strength, meaning oh you supremely powerful one. Look what else they say. A person becomes blessed when connected to you. Joey, do you feel blessed when the switch is on? And
Yes,
the light
sir.
comes on?
Yes, sir.
What happened to us last night?
Darkness.
And so, we didn't feel connected and we had to end the program. Here it is. When a person becomes connected with God, oh, that person becomes very blessed. And who says that? Yamdeva achit shacha sacha means connected. Any person you are connected to, that person feels swasti. And you know this word swasti is a great word. Let me just break it for you. Let me just break this word. Swasti, watch this. I want you all you pundits and even everyone else to watch this. Say after me, swasti.
Swasti.
Look at what Sanskrit does for you when you study some Sanskrit. You change this W into a U and break the word. Say after me, su asti.
Su asti.
Su means elevated, and asti means existence. You enjoy elevated existence when you become connected with God. You're no longer angry. You're no longer jealous. You're no longer insecure. You're no longer fearful. You no longer tremble in trepidation and fear. There's a strength that comes to you that points to elevated existence because you're connected to the resources of a powerful one. It's like a child. Come here, Sanjana. She comes running. Mommy, mommy, snakes. And this is what her mommy does. And then she would taunt the snake and say, come touch me now. I'm in my mommy's hand. That's what God does to me and to you. That's what God does to me and to you. And you can taunt fear. And you can taunt insecurity. And you can taunt jealousy. You can touch me now. Mujhe nirbal ka are haath pakad lo. दे दो नाथ सहारा
मैं एक नन्हा सा,
मैं एक छोटा सा
बच्चा हूँ,
तुम हो बड़े बलवान प्रभु जी मेरी लाज रखो मैं एक नन्हा सा मैं एक छोटा सा बच्चा हूँ मैं भी तुम्हारी संतान प्रभु जी मेरी लाज यमदेव देव यमदेव
यमदेव
आचित सचसे
आचित सचसे
यमदेव आचित सचसे स्वस्ति यमदेव
देव
आचित
आचित
सचसे.
सचसे स्वस्ति.
And the blue translation is, a person becomes blessed when connected with you. Let's read the paraphrase translation now. Let me hear everybody. Oh, supremely powerful.
O supremely powerful Lord,
Let me hear that again. I'm not hearing everybody. Oh, supremely powerful.
O supremely powerful Lord,
Leading with the torch of knowledge, we know that it is your nature to protect. So we ask you to take us far away from ignorance, flawed thinking, and tension. When you care for someone and you promote his welfare, that person becomes blessed because you prove to be the shining light even in his night of darkness. Dave, sing a bhajan. I need to edit this mantra. But it starts, God doesn't befriend those who do not share. You going to sing for us, Betty? Yes, very nice. She does one. Yeah, didn't I hear her sing yesterday? Yes. Tell me your name. You didn't tell me your name. Mary. Yes, Mary. What page is this one? 425? 132. Anybody likes Ved? Yes or no? Did Vic say that? भाई रमानी जी आपको वेद अच्छा लगता है? बहुत अच्छा है।
ज्योति से जाते जगाते चलो, ज्योति से जाते जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, राह में आई जो दीन दुखी, राह में आई जो दीन दुखी, उसको गले से लगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। जिसका ना कोई संगी साथी, ईश्वर है रखवाला, जिसका ना कोई संगी साथी, ईश्वर है रखवाला, जो निर्धन है जो निर्बल है वो है प्रभु का प्यारा, प्यार की मोती प्यार की मोती लुटाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, ज्योति से ज्योति जगाते चलो, ज्योति से ज्योति जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। आशा तू थी ममता रूठी, छूट गया हर किनारा, आशा तू थी ममता रूठी, छूट गया हर किनारा, भन करो मात द्वार दया का, दे दो कुछ तो सहारा, दीप दया का दीप दया का जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, ज्योति से ज्योति जगाते चलो, ज्योति से ज्योति जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, उसको गले से
तो करी भगवान काले नाम तू चोर कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू चोर कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू तो गरीब भगवान काले नाम तू चोर कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू डोगरी का नाम रंग भी लाएगा देश में तोरा सुबह और शाम तू देश में तोरा सुबह और शाम तू डोगरी भगवान काले नाम तू चोर कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू चोर कर दुनिया के सारे काम तू
Thank you, Beti Sanjana. One day you'll be a world-class singer. You sing very well. And who is your music teacher? Pandit Dev Ramatar. Very nice. Brothers and sisters, I'll handle the last verse for today. This is a case, I deliberately brought this mantra to show you that while Ved can use gracious language, Ved can also use very caustic and critical language. It's important to you. Any father or any mom who doesn't know how to discipline a child, and when the child does any wrong things, say, oh, Baba, and hugs the child even in wrong moments, that child will be worse the next time. There comes a time when a parent, you use it in yourself, you go take a course at UFT, you buy yourself a new Mercedes or a new computer or anything of the kind, or you feed yourself good food. One thing, use it in yourself. Or buy good clothes. Or two, you give it away in charity. You sponsor a child for education. You buy naked people some clothes to wear. Charity. Or it's taken over by the IRS. What do you call the IRS here? Revenue Canada. They'll take it away from you. Does it ever happen that they garnish your money in the bank? They take it away. They'll take it away. Either it's taken away or willed away. You have to give it when you're ready to die. Like this Panditji who would buy all these books and wouldn't lend anybody, and he had every right to. And when he was ready, doctor, take what you want. Well, why? Doctor, I wouldn't live beyond 2 weeks. And you're the only person who can read these books. Take them. So any person who accumulates but hoards, what's the word for hoard, Pani? Kanjus. Do you know any Kanjus people in Guyana, Dave? Joey? Tell me, you don't know anybody? But you hardly walked around in Skeldon. क्या अपने गुजरात में कंजूस लोग हैं? क्यों भाई रमन जी? पता नहीं. Bhai Vic, do you know any conjuice person ever you met in your life? Tell me later. Work a lot of money. You call them revat. And funny, but don't want to share. This an asunvata. Again, another word for it doesn't offer. So, and the Ved says, na sam granite. God doesn't bind what? Suck him an alliance with such people. This mantra is a chiding mantra. Not all the mantras would rub their hand in your face and say, what a lovely child. If you're wrong, the mantra will tell you you're wrong. A doctor, when you go fill up your arteries with plaque, he wouldn't hug you and say, oh, I love you. He's going to put a knife in you to give you a second lease on life. And when you're done with the operation, you'll tell him, thank you, doctor, and you'll give him a $50,000 in Guyana as a bonus for the fact that he cut you. A doctor would not say, look at an abscess and put his hand like this and say, I'm so sorry for you, Satish. No. He's going to drain it by punching it and draining it out. Agree? Yes, no?
Agree.
Agree. So God doesn't bind friendship with wealthy misers, people who don't share. He doesn't. In fact, look at what he does. He forfeits the wealth. Ultimately, he takes it away from you. He suppresses that wealth. That wealth doesn't make you smile. You know when you have, I was telling Bahin Radhika, wealth that lasts, you know which wealth makes you smile? Wealth that is shared. Can you raise your right hand, everybody? Say, I will work with 100 hands.
I will work with 100 hands.
Raise the other hand. I will share with 1,000 hands.
I will share with 1,000 hands.
Come here, Joey, please, Pandit Joey. When your tiny hands, watch this. Now you stand there now. This is God. I can't stand because of this camera. When my tiny hands open to give, grab my hand. Grab my hand. First of all, grab my hand, Dave. Look. Grab my hand. Grab my hand. Grab my hand. He can only grab my hand when my hands open. When my tiny hands open, his huge hands grab to take me to a higher realm. When my tiny hands, weak tiny hands open, look what, I'm not letting go. Grab my hand, Dave. Grab my hand, Dave. Practically demonstrated, this is what happens. Every time you say swaha, swaha, somebody grabs your hand and takes you to a higher realm of consciousness. Here it is. He favors those who accumulate. Look at the last blue. He favors those who accumulate and share, and those who feed others. The greatest dawn, well, the greatest dawn you can do is to give somebody knowledge. But below that, one good dawn to give is those whose stomachs burn from the fire of hunger. If God favors those people, you know all those Arya Samajists and Sanatanists who have a havan and they cook tons of food. And when Shruti and Mala go, they say, give us this little, we're in a diet. And all the rice is left to waste. And all the dal is left to waste. And you know what they do in Bushlat, where Dave lives? There's a little running stream, a little, what we call trench, a little canal, and they dump all the rice in there for the fish to eat. They do it in Windsor Forest too, from where by Amaru Maras has come. I say cook the food, but take it to Liberty Avenue. I don't know what's your Liberty Avenue here, where people go shop. When we go from the Gurukul to do prachar outside, we take small packets of food and bottles of water, all donated. And we stand there, we sing, hey, Jagata Pita Bhagavan. And we have a big bottle. We didn't go there to collect, but people came up and said, may I give you a donation? It's a Christian thing, actually. Drop $1. So the next time when we took a big bottle, it got filled, $2,000. We didn't spend $2,000, but we sell our books, our CDs. It's a very nice thing, and the Arya Samaj is the only organization that comes out of the building and goes and stands at the street corners. And it's a joyful thing. People want to come. You know, people like a little outing. They want to come. And this one will play a manjira, this one will play a tabla, this one will play a dholak, the harmonium, violin, sitar. We bring out the whole works. And we get juice and electricity from one of the stores, and we have tables.
I was there with you.
You were there once. Very nice. Yes, yes, you're right. And you know what? I did Mahila Samaj. I said, prepare something to give people. We love to take. All the mandirs and churches love to take. They don't give anything. Go get something prepared. And the Renuka loves that Juracan. And they prepared packages of food. And the ladies are over there giving out. This one is out there giving water. And they ask, you want something to eat? Would you like something? No. Would you like something to drink? Yes. And they go and come back, drop $1. They go, come back, drop $2. You guys have anything to sell? Yes, we have a table there. They go, they buy. You know how people, Arya Samajists and Hindus come from Texas and Arizona and don't know where, and they wear these CDs that Bhai Satish sings on. Here they are. And they buy a stack because they take for their friends and their share, 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 give. You see this thing that y'all are doing here? Taking your time and giving the world knowledge, and through my little brothers and sister-in-law's help, we are reaching out to the world at large. This is a great thing, Joey, to reach out to people. Brahmadanam vishishyate. The gift of knowledge excels among other gifts. I can give you a meal one time. After 3 hours, you need another one. I'll give you a word of wisdom now that will stay with you forever. That's like a pint of milk and a whole cow. I'll give you a pint of milk. You drink it, you need another pint. I give you a cow. You milk the cow every day. Brahmadanam vishishyate. The gift of knowledge excels among all the other material gifts of the world. So what page is this, Bhaivik?
130.
130. Read for me, everybody. God protects wealth.
God protects wealth that is accumulated and then shared.
Let me read that again. Read that again, everybody. And this is a very defining statement today. And this is the last mantra we are handling. Read again. God protects.
God protects wealth that is accumulated and then shared.
You work for it and share it, it's protected. You work for it and hoard it, it's taken away. Your choice. Work for it, share it, it gets protected. Work for it and grab it, gets taken away. Continue, he doesn't, meaning God doesn't. Read for me, God doesn't.
God doesn't befriend wealthy people who hoard their possessions and do not share what they have accumulated.
Continue.
In fact, God forfeits the wealth of the miser and leaves him to waste away in destitution and shame. On the other hand, God is a special friend of him who shares whatever he has.
Anybody agrees with it? Let me see your hand go up if you do agree. This one I don't understand. I understand this or I understand this. Make your choice. If you feel proud of the statement, raise both hands. And should I need, the people at the back don't even know how to raise their hand. I need a picture on Facebook. Raise your hand. Amar, my little son, come here, young man. You come from a great-grandfather in Arya Samaj. Isn't this your brother's son? Yes. Raise your hand, son. Be proud. Isn't this chubby son? Yeah. Yes, very nice. With you, your camera is weak. Okay, very nice. Do I have time for one more?
Yes.
Would you all like one more or you're tired?
Yes.
One more. One more. One thing more. Before I explain this, we did a workshop, but Amar, I believe that was the workshop you tried to have and you couldn't have. I can't remember what happened. I think our streaming got messed up, right? Yes. I think you worked for that hard, but it didn't happen. I remember. There's a book Gurukul produced called Understanding the Soul. If anybody goes to New York, send for a few copies. You have copies? You don't have any more copies. Okay. What happens in this birth, death, rebirth process? Look at me. Say after me. Birth, death, rebirth. What's really happening to the soul in this whole process? But you know what? I'm going to rely less on the Sanskrit and more on the English. Read, because this is simple English. Read for me out. In fact, let me read it. In each incarnation, while in mother's womb, I experience the birth of all my cognitive senses. Let's stop there. Watch this. based on Upanishads and Vedas. Listen to this, everybody. It's important. By Anandji, namaste. I'm very happy to see Bhai Dudi, Bhai Anand, and I did see Bhai Amarji, but I think he went up to satsang, right? Yeah, very nice. Very glad to see you all here. God bless you. Watch this, everybody. Watch this. This is important for you. Say after me, 3 bodies. Say that?
3 bodies.
Say after me, physical body,
Physical body,
spiritual body,
spiritual body,
causal body.
causal body.
As long as you're alive, these 3 bodies are with you. When you die, take the book away, that gets burnt. Hold it in your hand. That gets burnt, cremated. And these 2 joined together in a composite whole, they travel with the reincarnating soul. And the soul goes and is born in this family. So far clear? Clear? Now, put that one down. In fact, hold all 3 again. Say after me, causal body.
Causal body,
Say spiritual body.
spiritual body,
My mind, my intellect, my ego, and my cognitive senses, meaning my sight, my hearing, my smelling, my tasting, and my touching, are all in this body. And all my sanskaras and impressions and records of all that I did are stored in this body. And they go like this. They're never separated. So look what happens here now. Satish is dying, currently dying. And somebody come and say, Pandit Satish, Dr. Satish. And say after me, Dr. Satish.
Dr. Satish. Dr. Satish.
In that state, the hearing that happens through here has gone and entered into the spiritual body here, receded from the ear cavity, if you may. Oh, he doesn't see anymore. These eyeballs are here. The ability to see, the vision in him has receded into the spiritual body. Tasting, smelling, seeing, touching, and all the senses have receded back where they belong. And all your desires left unfulfilled, and all the imprints of all that you did, I slapped him, an imprint is made and left in this body. I did him a good deed, the imprint is left in this body. And these 2 travel with the reincarnating soul. And as soon as a new body is conceived in a new mother, vision comes back to the new eye. Hearing comes back to the new ear. Tasting comes back to the new tongue, the new body tongue. And touching comes back. And thinking comes back. The mind, the intellect, the ego, they all begin to operate again. It's the same hearing you have now that will come back in a new incarnation. So I want you to read for me. In each, just sit right there. Read for me. In each incarnation, loud and clear. This is important. In each, let me hear, hold a minute. In each incarnation.
In each incarnation.
While in mother's womb, I experienced the birth of all my cognitive senses. Cognitive? As opposed to physical, as opposed to active. This is my active sense, my eye, my cognitive sense is what actually sees. Say active and cognitive senses.
Active and cognitive
Now
senses.
look what happens here. After each birth, hold a minute because we go back and forth to picture. After each birth, these senses kept me confined in hundreds of bodies that acted like fortresses made of iron and gold. Why iron and gold? I'm going to tell you that. Look at me. My eye binds me to what I see. Oh, I love this new quarter that Dr. Satish bought. I see it, I love it. I hear it, I love it. I taste it, I love it. Haagen-Dazs ice cream, you eat it one time, you'll want to eat it again. It binds you. You saw Hathi Mere Saathi. Oh my God, I love that movie. It binds you. Whatever you see binds you. Whatever. Usko nahi aaye hame di zindagi mein tum bahar ban ke. You heard it? You love it. Oh my God, Dr. Satish sang a bhajan that goes in that tune. Oh, it's so nice. You love it. You hear it, you love it. You see it, you love it. You taste it, you love it. You touch it. Geez, that thing feels good. Mal, where did you get this cream from? It feels so soft on my face. You feel it, you love it. You think about it, you love it. And watch me. Some things so imprison you, you can't come out. But if you hear a Ved mantra, it releases you. When you hear a Ved mantra or a good thought, that's a fortress made out of gold. And if it imprisons you to the point that it gives you pain, it's a fortress that is made out of iron. Let's read again. Let's go. Let's read again. After each birth, look at the third line. After each birth, these senses kept me confined in hundreds of bodies that acted like fortresses made of iron and gold. But watch now. Subsequently, after discovering knowledge through these same senses. Hold a minute. Subsequently, after discovering knowledge through these same senses, watch. I speedily flew forth like a falcon to freedom. That falcon is my soul. After I have gotten the knowledge from these very senses that will now act like gold and will free me. Watch. My bird-like soul, like a falcon. You know, a falcon has the ability to travel with speed more than other birds. Look at this. Whoop! Speedily to freedom. Anybody likes this? Yes, no? And I'll end on this one. Anyone likes this? Anybody likes the Ved? Who likes the Ved? You can stand. If you love the Ved, I want you to stand. Because some people raise their hand halfway. Let me come around and see all those who love the Ved. Spin the camera, Mal, if you can. Not spinnable. Let me see those who are still seated and they don't love the Ved. Anybody around? Yeah. What about... Namaste. Anybody doesn't love the Ved? Bye, Anandji. I'm very happy to... Long time I didn't see you, bye, Anandji. Anybody at the back there doesn't love the Ved? Hi, Dudi. Is there anybody here who doesn't love the Ved? Only this way. I'm just joking with you all because, you know, I'm a little tired after, you know, have a seat. Have a seat. Thank you all very much. Now, why I'm ending it here, I would like to hear some comments from you, but if you're going to make comments, like yesterday, you know, our parents are not such great speakers and they move off topic. Take a minute and say something. What did this workshop mean for you? And Chubby, you gone and left us? Oh, to Hawan? You gone to pray for Hawan? Yeah. If anybody wants to say something about content, I don't want you to say anything about me. Don't bring me into your conversation. But if this thing has touched the core of your being, I would like you to say a sentence and a half. Anybody, but you have to come here. And I'm not going to call upon you. Once you line up, I'll give you an opportunity. Because of technology, you have to be here so the whole world can see you. Come by, Vic. You do this part. You coordinate this part.
I just want to say, after going through this 2 sessions with Dr. Satish Prakash, I want to just make one comment. And I want to say that the specter of the Vedas is haunting me. It means to me that I'm going to seek a lot more in this book, and I'm going to try and do my best to learn a couple of things I really, really enjoyed, and I really like it. It was very inspiring, and it really made me feel so how much I was actually losing out in my life. I will study the Vedas, promise you. Thanks.
Don't wait, just come up and line up because we can't lose time. Many people are watching and they have things to do. Yes, go ahead, Radhika. My name is and I'm from.
My name is Radhika Gokul, and I'm from Edmonton,
South
Alberta.
Africa.
Initially from South Africa. Dr. Satish Prakash, you have given us easy access to all the information that is found in the Ved. You made it accessible, and your explanation was so clarifying. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Anyone else? The freedom is yours. Please don't feel forced. Anybody else? There's somebody from Brampton who speaks very well, but she left our workshop halfway 1 year. Can she make up now?
Bahin Mohini.
When people come to Canada, they speak very good English.
Namaste, everybody. Namaste, Acharyaji. My name is Mohini Matadine, originally from Guyana, now reside in Brampton. I have been a student of Arya Samaj since my birth. I enjoy listening to the teachings of the Vedas. I especially enjoy listening to Acharyaji. Every time I listen to the Vedas, I cry. Because it reminds me of how rich our culture, our values are. And I never get enough. For that, I'd like to thank Acharyaji and the organizer for bringing this to us. Thank you.
Bahin Mohini, I heard your voice. I feel the same way too. Mataji, would you like to say something?
Come.
Mataji, say a word. Bless us. This is what you and Chacha live for.
Namaste, everybody. I bought 2 of the books in New York. I gave my son one and I took one. And since I have it, I'm reading it every night before I go to bed. And I enjoyed it so much. I'm right now at page 150, and I hope I'll read it out and try to practice it and teach all my children. And my blessing goes to Beta Satiji. Thank you, son. You are our teacher. You are our guru. And thanks all the organizers that we can come here and not go to somewhere else to listen to these great words of the Vedas. Thank you, Vita, and may God bless you. Thank you.
My name is Rupa Narayan. I'm from Toronto, Canada, originally from Guyana. I find it very inspirational, and I mean, there's no words to explain what Dr. Satish had done here for me. I attended quite a few of his classes, and it's just great. Thank you, Dr. G. Thank you for being here and sharing your wealth of knowledge with us. Thank you.
I would like Mata Jasodhara to say something.
Sadar Supreme Namaste. What I'm going to say is that since my son, Dr. Satish, had started seminars We used to go to New York to learn and to enjoy what he has to teach us. Since his brother and Mala started the seminar, we've been going to Brampton. One time we went to Amar's house. But of all the seminars, I think this one he excelled. And because of the simplicity of this book, we can enjoy so much what Vedas has to teach us. I'm sure we enjoyed every moment yesterday and a few hours today. Every time we go to a seminar, we wake up, and afterwards we go to sleep. But I'm sure with this book, as Sad said yesterday, it becomes a Bible. Let us enjoy reading this book in its simplicity. Sad, I'm sure if Chacha was here, he would have been so, so proud and happy. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Pandita. And we also saw Dr. Sadesh signing 10 books there. That is someone buying 10 books as gifts to give out to their family members, so that while they are learning, family members can learn and all be on the same page of understanding of the Veda. I'm waiting for someone else to come up in the meantime. You and I can do the same thing. If you find another book that is equal to, then fine, go ahead. Until such time, it is worth your $20 that goes to a mandir to purchase a book like this. Give it to someone as a gift. Rani, you're coming up to say something, baby?
I just want to read for the physical audience.
Okay.
So, namaste everyone. For the physical audience, I'd just like to read a couple of statements. One of them is I didn't get to watch very much. Certainly they can go back and watch the recording. But what I saw showed that Veda is so central and pinpointed to real-world issues. Additionally, I never cease to be amazed how much difference interpretation makes. And interpretation was capitalized. The next comment is that the takeaway message is that we must never read things at just face value. Words and meanings are so different that our minds must always be attuned to the deepness and richness of God's message. We have another comment here that the seminar resonates very loudly, and good work.
By Anand and the executive members, this is a product of what your Samaj has put together, a product of educating the world. It's not only us who are here, but everybody online across Canada, United States, and elsewhere. Should we? It is now 5 minutes to 11. On behalf of
My name is Dudi Ross, and I'm from Toronto, Arya Samaj, living in Toronto. I'd just like to refer to this book, Dr. Satesh. We know him for a number of years, and he's undoubtedly the foremost teacher of Veda in North America, as far as we're concerned. And I find that this book is very helpful. I've had a copy for some time now, and I find it very easy to read Veda when I have this book. Before I go to bed at night, I can read one page, and it just makes good, complete sense. I am promising myself that every morning, just to stay connected with our kids, I will text them the English meaning of the mantra that's quoted on each page. So I think this is a very handy tool for me to stay connected with my children and to be able to pass on a good message to them. Thank you.
Wonderful, Paiduri. That's very wonderful. I think we're all on the same page where we say, okay, this becomes one of the texts that we'll have on our bedside, or one of the texts that we'll use as we get up in the morning to give us inspiration to move on. As we come to an end of today's seminar, if you find yesterday and today's teachings very relevant and fruitful in your life, then there's a big thank you that we have to give to Guruji. There's something that we owe to him. And I'm saying, if you feel as such, then give that thank you, and whatever that little bit that we owe to him, give it to the Toronto Arya Samaj. If you're here yesterday and today and you have not registered, we ask you, put your name down at the back, register, and give a little $10 towards the Toronto Arya Samaj, towards these instructional workshops. On behalf of all of you, I would like to, if I may say to Guruji, Dr. Satish Prakash, Guruji, our words are not enough to thank you. Toronto have lost that connection with Dr. Satishji. Do you agree with me? We have lost it for months and maybe years. We know when there was a time Guruji used to come here and seminars after seminars, yajna after yajna, and all of a sudden, not anymore. I call on our leaders to let's bring this back so that we can create a stage and a forum not only to help us locally here because we have the technology and the ability to do it, but let's have Guruji come back over and over and over again to keep us together, to keep the world together under a noble society. If you agree with me, let's all clasp our palms and say a thank you and namaste to Guruji Dr. Satish Prakash for having give us a little dip into the Veda. And it is for us all now to take it, as Bahin Mohini is doing, go and just increase that knowledge by giving one of these books to somebody who can readily open it like Bhai Dudiji, make a difference in their lives and in the lives of their children also. I'd like to ask Guruji to bring this to a close.
Yeah, thank you. Just to make one final comment, right now at home, so I wouldn't be traveling for a while. I've been out a lot. Just go home when I go home now. I'm going to try to get an early flight and go home. And then I'll rest a while. And then I've started the second part of this that will take us, as you notice, each day has a mantra. So we end here at May 22nd. May 23rd to December 31st will come in the second volume. It might be a little thicker, and I'll leave the same name, but we'll put a different color. Dr. Surendra facilitates this artwork in Delhi. People in India are wonderful people. Let me tell you, a small little cubicle like this, and they have their computers, and they work. All these calendars that you see we publish, we do the artwork in Delhi. I love India for the skills that young people possess. I try to get the same work done, but it is his help that I take in decoding all of this. It's like, see, now when it's decoded, you say, wait, this thing is not hard, as you have come to the conclusion. It's not hard, but yes, working on each word when you don't know the meaning, trying to solve what the mantra is saying, poses a challenge now and again. But who comes to our help but Rishi Dayanand Saraswati? Bhai Anandji, you and Bhai Duri and other people, and Bhai Amar Eri and Bhai Sudarshan and other people have worked in this building. I ask for Rishi Dayanand Saraswati to continue being the beacon light in this mandir. Do all what you want to do, but let Rishi Dayanand, Veda, and Arya Samaj define what this building is all about. When you're ready, Bhai Anand, I'll help you find a teacher from India, because I can't stay in any one country, no, not even in New York.
I'll help you find somebody from India who will live here in one of these rooms and will teach. Hindi is a lost cause. I've come to that conclusion. But Sanskrit, let them teach Sanskrit as we do in New York. When we will be walking with sticks, we must not only find people to play music that Dave has trained, but people also to continue doing what we started. And for that, Bhayananji, we need a Gurukul type Sanskrit class in this beautiful building. Throw out the challenge to me and Dr. Surendra. Let's find somebody who is qualified in India. So that you don't need, I need now to give up American Canada. I've given 28 years of my life. They're dying in Oscar in South Africa, dying in New Zealand, in Australia. I went to Port Shepstone, the lady said, Dr. Satish, we are like baked earth with no moisture. We are dying as a community. Big building, Arya Bhavan in Port Shepstone. She knows them, nothing to be, you know what? And they'll all, given the next generation, they'll be all sold out. I don't know what will happen to the Sanatani and Arya Samaji Mandirs in Guyana in the next 50 years. That's why when my dad talks, and he sounds a bit caustic, but I know he's telling the truth. Christianity is, and God bless them, and people are listening, Christianity is producing missionaries. You see the Mormons, those white boys with their knapsack and their bicycle and their helmet, they go converting. They give up 1 year of their university life, a whole year, and they go serve the cause of Christ. We don't have the parallel mission. To talk Arya Samaj is now a wrong thing by Anandji. To defend Arya Samaj is showing you in very partisan light. We can't talk Arya Samaj. I am begging you. You are one of the, along with Bhai Dudi and others. And I would like to include Bhai Amar and Bhai Sudarshan and let this building be a training institution for new missionaries to be born. I'm not asking them to go to India. I'm asking India to come here. Send for one Acharya Bhai Dudi. One Acharya. And he will train your students. The British, the white children in England study Sanskrit. You go put it in Google. British students, Twameva Mata Chapita Twameva. Go listen to them. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Tina Turner. They're doing what you and I are supposed to be doing. Bahin Shanti, you all worked hard in this building. Produce the missionaries. Whatever little help I and Surendra can give, we will. But you need an Acharya to sit here. I will help in whatever way I can, but you need a permanent person here. And it would be hard for me to come live here because right now they're getting very nosy with me in New York too. They're getting very upset with me over there. You establish this institution and you keep going all over the world and you leave us. But what can I do? They have people calling. So, but give me time. You'll have the second volume of this, Gems from the Rigveda, to take you. You'll have a Bible. And I don't like to use that term, but you know what I mean. We'll have a Bible to put in your lunch bag and you'll read every day. Every day. My daddy, Pandit Hardy Gopi, he doesn't remember what he reads. This gentleman here, Pandit Pratap, he was once the secretary of the Pandits Council of the Arya Samaj. Look, I see that all their bodies are going in. Daddy, I saw him in his quarter. He's like this now. I see Mataji. I don't like to use the word husband, but her dear husband, Teacher Hari Prasad, he was the one who taught me. He gave me a job for $104.04 as a pupil teacher in 1970. When other people had wanted the job and they accused him of favoritism. Yes, he was favoritistic. He kept the job for me. And the training I had from him led me along this path. And I'm eternally grateful to him. Teacher Hari Prasad, my daddy's best friend in those days.
So I'm asking you all. I thank Dad Mahashay Jaglal. You know, he sent for this book. And he brings 3 and 4 every Sunday. If I do a CD, he sends for a ton of them. He sends for this book. He has everything. Look, he has a bookstore at the back there with Bahinsati. Dad, I thank you. And I'm coming in May to do your Hawan, your 80th birthday Hawan. And Dad lived long to do missionary work. Pandit Dave, he went upstairs. That's a gem you all have here by Anandji and by Dudiji. That's a tremendous gem. I see these babies playing such beautiful music. I can't help commending him. Somebody asked me about multi-kund. Somebody will have to call. Either I do it on the Prakash Sidnath is getting married on the Saturday the 21st. Perhaps by duty, if you want me to come. But I know you have a long list of pundits to do multi-kund. You have enough pundits for that. But if you insist on me coming, we can combine the 2 activities so I wouldn't be missing from Gurukul another weekend. So perhaps the 24th, if you really want me to, the Sunday, which was the 22nd, perhaps we can do that. But my next visit to Toronto here will be when Dad has his birthday Hawan. Last Saturday in May, I'm inviting all of you. I'm family for them. I'm inviting all of you. God bless all of you. And I can't say anything more. I'm leaving in a while to go catch an early flight. And I wouldn't be traveling for 2 months, 3 months. So I can sit down and write. If I don't write, nothing will be written. But Bhai Duri, a challenge for you. Bhai Anandji, I remember the days when the walls were going up. I remember when you brought me and took me and showed me the sewer pipes going in, when there was no building here yet. Look how beautiful it looks upstairs by Anandji. I went up the acoustics. Pandit Joe, the acoustics, I never liked preaching upstairs because somehow the PA system never appealed to me. But by Amarji, your acoustics are excellent. Your layout, the way the musicians sit, the building is so appealing upstairs. Your Vedi where you do the Hawan, everything is so lovely. You all are doing an excellent job in this mandir. You only, Bahin Shanti, you only need one thing more, a Sanskrit teacher. And Bhai Anand and Dudi will help you find that. Let him sleep in one of those rooms and give him a job description. Hey, we want you to do A, B, C, D, E, F. And we'll give you this stipend, and we'll contract you for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. After that, you go back, or if you're satisfactory, we'll give you a second contract. See how he performs. This building must produce missionaries. Dave did a fantastic job with these singing missionaries. God, I see them play. These children didn't know anything. You have a whole brand new crop. I'm willing to come for your camp next year, not 2014, 2015. The minute New York camp is done, you have yours, and then I go to Guyana. I'll give you a week. That's if you want me to come. With that being said, we close. Stand all of us. Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare भक्त जनों के संकट भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा स्वामी पाप हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे Peace in the heavens and the skies and on earth. Peace may come to all of us, all humanity, from trees and from plants and from oceans. For God and His Vedic wisdom are repositories of peace. May you and I continue worshipping God
and reading his Vedic wisdom to connect with that peace. Om Dyauh Shantirantariksham Prithvi Rapah Roshadhayah Vanaspatayah Vishvedevah Brahma Sarvam Shantireva Sama Shantiredi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Prem se bolo Omkar Bhagwan ki jai. Raise your two hands, everybody. Prem se bolo Ved Maharaj ki jai. Prem se bolo Arya Samaj amar rahe, Ved ki jyoti jalti rahe, ओम का झंडा ऊंचा रहे. बोलो वैदिक धर्म की जय. वैदिक धर्म की जय. वैदिक धर्म की जय. Namaste. I don't know now. You all have food? No food?